This is this morning's paper, talking about tax reform. We'll be talking about taxes today. But also, how many people realize the United States is in very big financial trouble? How many people realize the United States is now bankrupt? Good, we are bankrupt. How many people realize Greece right now is about to go? Good. How many people realize today that Italy was downgraded from A+ to A? Those are very serious problems. And I think, one of my studies has always been history. And we have a depression every 75 years. So the last depression was in 1930. So around 2005, I was telling people to watch out. This baby was coming down. And it's coming down at very high speed today. And I think it won't just be a depression, it'll be a global depression. And that's why I'm glad you guys are here today, because I don't want you to participate in the depression. Depressions are actually very good times to get rich. The last 3 years, I have never made so much money. When the market started to crash in 2007, I'm not really religious, but I said, hey, thank you, Jesus, it's coming, And all the idiots, all the people started losing their properties and all this. The reason I have this here is, it's nothing but bad news in here, except this guy, Solomon Lew, he's in the front. He's all cashed up, man. He says, oh boy, it's going to be a good time. How many people realize when the crash comes, it's going to be a good time? Yeah, it's a great time. And that's really what I want you to leave with today. That no matter what happens, as bad as it gets out there, it's really a good time. But you have to change your thoughts. And it has to do with this thing called ROI, which stands for return on investment. Okay? Not a very hard word to understand, but I'm going to talk to you about that. Who knows what that means? Infinity. So I'll be talking for the next 2.5 hours, 3 hours about an infinite rate of return on your money. In plain English, it means it doesn't take money to make money. It takes financial education, and you'll be getting some of it today. I'll be coming back on October 18th and 19th and 20th, and I'll go into more depth for those who want to learn more about it. But I only mention this in passing because generally it's a little too complicated for most people. And it's complicated, but it's not that hard once you understand it. So an infinite return is very simply this. Let me give another example. Let's say you put up 1 million Aussie. It could be $1 Aussie. It could be $10. Well, let's just use million for now. And in a year, that million throws off 100K cash flow. What is my ROI? It's a 10%. Okay? Math is not that hard. The one thing I did, I had 3 years of calculus, and I was flunking out like a wild man, going, holy Jesus. And I asked my calculus teacher, I said, how in the world am I going to use calculus? He says, I don't know. So all of you out there who are like me, not good at math, let me tell you, if you can count to 10, you're okay. You don't need much more than that. So this here is a 10% return. I'll show what an infinite return is. You put up no money, and you still make $100,000. That's infinite. Because why? You have no money in it. And this is what my rich dad taught me. From the time I was 9, began teaching me how you do this. So that's why we all have the power. I would say most of us have $1 million idea, and this book is just a guide.